Good evening, Japan, and good morning, America. Thank you for joining us at Saving Grace and Conversation with Gordon and Sylvain. You just heard the song from Gordon. What's the name of that song, Gordon?
It's a Big Up Haiti. Let's dance.
Big Up Haiti, let's dance. We're celebrating Haiti and its culture, and we're singing. We're bringing shout outs to Naomi Osaka. Oh, yes.
Osaka.
What an amazing young lady. Very strong. Oh my gosh. I have mad respect for her.
100%.
because she's standing her ground and she's a game changer. So again, we thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to bring you some good music from all over the country, and Gordon is here in Osaka.
Yes, indeed.
So we're promoting Osaka music this evening as well. Our next song is from Andrea Tribbitt Macklin. She's from Kansas City, Kansas. And the song is We Acknowledge Your Presence. It's her second CD, her sophomore project. And she's an amazing singer. And she also teaches at Soulbird when she's in Osaka. Soulbird gospel music. So shout out to Andrea.
We honor you. Oh, yes, we do, Lord. Oh, we acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. We don't take it for granted that you chose to abide. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. Oh, we acknowledge you. Yes, we do. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge. We don't take it for granted. Take it for that you chose to abide. Yeah. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge. We yield to your presence. We yield to your presence. We acknowledge you. We yield to your presence. We acknowledge you. Have your way in this place. Soften our hearts. We acknowledge your presence. We yield to your presence. We acknowledge you. We yield to your presence. We acknowledge you. Have your way in this place. Soften our hearts. Oh, yeah. We acknowledge you. Oh, yes, we do. Have your way in this place. Have your way in us. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge. We don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted that you chose to abide. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge you. That you never leave me, nor forsake me. Forsake me. Said you never leave me, nor forsake me. It's not a place I can go. From your spirit I can buy. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Said you never leave me, nor forsake me. Said you never leave, nor forsake me.
We Acknowledge Your Presence by Andrea Tribbitt from Kansas City, Kansas. That's where Dorothy lives, from The Wiz.
She ain't real though.
Are you sure?
Dorothy?
Man.
What you talking about? You watching too many movies.
Also, the jazz artist Olita Adams is from Kansas City, Kansas. This is Andrea's sophomore project. And she has another project coming out with Sound of Blackness, where Sound of Blackness will be featuring her June the 19th. You can follow her on social media outlets. Enjoy. Now, my boy here, Gordon, tell me something about what made you write that song.
Actually, yeah, that song, what was the driving force behind it, because every year we celebrate Haitian Flag Day. And
Every year?
yeah, every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do it every year. Y'all consistent.
We consistent. We doing it.
I ain't know
And so we celebrate in, especially in New York. Big up New York, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was around that time in last month, and I just made this track because being in Japan and having Haitian roots and stuff, honestly, you just kind of miss the vibe. So I was in the missing the vibes mood, and then I just got into the mode. And actually, I created this song on. Sometimes I do like a Facebook Live while I just create music, and so I made this during that time. So that was the idea behind it, and it's in Haitian Creole, the lyrics, and so it's very simple. It's just let's go, let's dance, stand up, raise your hands, pick up your feet, let's dance, and it's more of the slow compa. Kind of like smooth ride.
Is that what compa?
Yeah, compa is like the name of the that particular style, which is actually I forgot, but it's very similar to one of the styles in Africa, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what project is this? Is this your first project?
The song?
Yes.
It's not on any particular project. Actually, this song is actually available for free download on my website, which is GordonHippolyte.com, and you can just find it on the stream and free download. It was just something available.
It's a free download, ladies and gentlemen. Please support our artist. Free download. Please give us the
URL, the website.
Yes.
So it's GordonHippolyte.com. So
you have to spell your last name, bro. You gotta spell your last name, bro.
You see, I don't say this. I always say Gordon because I don't want to say that.
I figured he would have, but like, listen, we already know you. Listen, you know by this age, no one know how to spell your last name. So sitting there like you.
So let me just spell the entire thing, okay? Yes. Gordon, because sometimes people spell it with an A and it's not. Okay, so yeah, so it's GORDON. And my last name is HYPPOLITE.com. So that's the website.
Okay. This evening, I just want to introduce you guys to our hosts, Gordon and Silver. They are amazing artists, amazing musicians, and I just want you to know a little more about them so that you can support their upcoming projects that they have, any activities that they're doing. Support our independent artists. It's very important that we support them. So what made you interested in music?
Frankly speaking, I don't know, but it just seems like I had this very big interest from a kid. My family didn't really have money to pay for like music school or something, so I guess I started with the little kids, the red, green, orange, yellow, that kids piano thing.
Okay, that light up.
It was back then
back
there was
then,
no lights, but it's just like a kind of thing. So then I started from there, and then since then, I never stopped my interest. And then video games actually, like, because the video game music started to become like more like I don't know, and it just drew me. So what I did would try to copy video game music on the piano and on the keyboard. And my cousin, who lives in Montreal, Canada, so also when I was growing up, which I kind of grew up in Montreal, Canada as well, we did a lot of music together as well. Like he would kind of show me chords and stuff, and then I just took off.
How many instruments do you play?
I don't know. I play a lot. Drums, piano, keyboard, acoustic guitar, some bass, cello,
You can say that. Why you whisper it to the mic? Like you can't just say it to the mic. Try to help him out.
Because I was like thinking, like, did I say cello already? But cello, bamboo flute, and hand percussion instruments and stuff, and trying to pick up the saxophone, but that's hard. Oh, trombone.
Okay.
Baritone. I didn't play trombone.
Yeah, that was in my junior high school brass band.
Word?
And
Word.
yeah, you know, that whole that whole thing.
So very talented, many instruments, just a gift to the ministry and to music. And then we have our counterpart, Silver.
Counterpart.
Yes.
All right.
That's because I love you, baby.
I
And,
guess.
yeah.
Counterpart. That's
I
an
love
interesting
you.
way to introduce it. I mean, hey, I'll take the love.
That's a compliment.
Oh,
from old school. I'm sorry.
Oh, no
I'm
problem.
old school.
I
So I have so much respect for both of you young men, because you're very talented and you're very humble. Most musicians can be talented, but they're not humble. But you're very humble in what you do. So it's amazing, and it will take you farther. It says that your gift will make room for you. So every time I think about you guys or see you in action, I'm in awe. And my prayer is that God will blow your mind above and beyond what you can ever imagine or think, because you are humble. How did you start? What triggered your interest in music?
So my interest was triggered by one of my cousins. I remember one of my cousins, he lived in Germany, and I remember I think I was like 4 or something like that at the time, and I remember everyone was telling me that he was a singer in Germany. So I had this idea of my cousin, being on stage, like, oh, he's like a pop star in Germany. I don't know how far it really was. But I don't know, for some reason, like, that just started an interest in me. It made me want to sing. And from that moment, it's like, maybe I was 4. Just from then, I was interested in singing and music. And I'll go around, try to sing at school and learn songs and whatever. And, my mom, being the loving mother she was like, yeah, wow, you're tone deaf. You don't sound good. And I was like, oh, okay, Mom. Mom gave it real. She's like, she said, you think you sound good? I was like, yeah. She said, you tone deaf. I was like, okay, Mom. So, yeah, she got real. I'm sure I was tone deaf because I heard recordings of myself later on. I was like, ugh. But but that started the interest, and that really made me want to, like, improve or just do music. And so for years I just did singing, and then when I started going and attending church more often, I went on the drums because that's what every kid wants to do. And how I switched into piano, which is my main instrument now, I had like a really small piano in my house, and I couldn't do anything with it. I was just playing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or whatever. And I made a friend at school. I was in 7th grade about the time, and it was an after-school music club, and I was doing cello like at the time too at school.
This guy, look at this.
Yeah, I said, at school I did a couple instruments myself. I did some trumpet and some cello.
All right.
It's not as low as bass, but it's cello. So I remember, anyways, I got pianos one day. This guy was sitting over at the piano, and he was playing this church song I recognized. I was like, oh snap! And we started talking, and we became friends. And I would just sing, and he was playing stuff. And he came over to my house one day, and I remember at that time, Mary Mary Shackles was still fairly popular. I think because it had just come out, or now a year or so.
Oh, Shackles,
yes, right?
Yes.
So don't jump off my feet.
Yeah.
I can dance. Just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So he's playing it, and I looked. I was like, yo, you playing Shackles? And I was like, yo, can you show me how to play that? And he was like, yeah, okay, I'll show you. So he starts playing it. He shows me the chords. It was like 3. It's only like 3 chords, about at least the way we were playing it back then. So he's playing like 3 chords, and he shows me them. And so I went from playing this melody of Mary had Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to playing the chords of Shackles, and I was like, yo, this is dope. And like a dope feed, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was hooked. I was like, give me some more of those chords. So I started sniffing the, and I started asking him for chords. I was like, yo, so back then, you know, we were making some old, back then we didn't have no YouTube and something like that. So I would call him up on the phone. I'd be, hey man, can you teach me how to play this song? Tell me what notes to play. So we'd be on the phone, and he'd be spelling out notes for telling someone chords for me, and I would write them in like my book, like the chords for the song. Now I actually didn't know have chord knowledge. I would just write out what the notes I was supposed to play,
Sure.
and I just kept doing that, and I did it from high school, from middle school to high school, and I did start taking music class. My mom, even though we were low income family, she was kind enough to allow me to take piano classes, which I was like, please let me take. And me being the appreciative child that I was, didn't practice, and I didn't practice, and then I would often not even go to class. She just kicked me out. But anyways, I just kept going for a while, and thank the Lord, eventually after time, my ear improved, because that's how, you know, black musicians in church usually go, because that's how they, you know, for those who don't know how it usually works in a black church in the States, is you say you want to play, and the musicians say, okay, sit down and play, and you say, wait, no, I don't know how to play, and they say, oh, play. And then you play and you bomb, and they say, you suck, you gotta practice. And that would happen over and over and over again. And until the point where I finally could, you know, hear the music, and even after that, still bombed plenty of times. But I guess that's pretty much that's a basic. There is more, of course. We can't go all the way until now, but that was pretty much that.
Wow, it's very good. Wow. So do you have any upcoming projects, upcoming events that's happening soon where they can support and follow you?
Well, right now we will. Well, if you want to come, anyone, if you're ever free on starting from actually tomorrow, tomorrow the 5th, from about 2:30, we'll be performing at the Conrad Osaka on the 40th floor. Please be sure we'll be there on the 5th tomorrow. Not the 5th. Tomorrow the 5th, right? What day? Tomorrow?
The 6th.
Sorry, the 6th. Sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up. The 6th tomorrow, as well as the 19th. Same time, same place, 40th floor at 2:30 to 5. Come sit down, enjoy the beautiful view at the Sky Bar Lounge, and I'll be there as well. And then on the July next month, the 22nd, actually Gordon and I think we'll both be doing the Sounds Ginger Sound, right?
Sound Ginger. Yeah.
Sound Ginger. We'll have more information for you guys coming out definitely next month. We'll put a note in your calendar to be there
on July 22nd.
July 22nd will be a bunch of artists. I'll be performing with one of my bands, Modern Loop Society. We'll be doing a bunch of music with it as well, and Gordon will also be doing his own music.
It's kind of interesting. It's with collaboration with a Japanese calligraphy artist.
Wow.
So I'll be performing, doing original music
while they're drawing.
While he's doing. So we're kind of a two-man team. We're We're called Waroku. And so so we perform here and there occasionally.
Oh wow. So please support these artists. Please support our host of this show. We wouldn't have this show. I would be a nervous wreck if it wasn't for these two gentlemen calming me down.
Yep, you should see her. I should be trembling. Y'all can't see it, but her lips are trembling. Not even the fingers. I'm like, good Lord, the lips. Thank you. You sound like Terrence Howard a bit. Iron Man. He come to Blackan, man.
I can't stand you.
I can't stand you, man.
Oh, Lord.
Iron Man.
But if you're not busy tomorrow, please, the Conrad Hilton is amazing. It has an amazing view of Osaka, and Silver is an amazing. I'm so sorry.
We're just mixing.
Silver is an amazing singer.
She's trembling right now trying to get these words out. She's
and a musician. And later on, we're gonna share some things about Gordon again on Father's Day. He's going to be doing something live, so please support these artists. Let's get back to the music. Who are we playing next?
So next we got You Shine by Kaya Holmes from Chicago, Illinois, the West Side. That's where I'm from, Chicago. I'm a West Side girl. You Shine.
you said that you wanted more out of life. I heard you when you cried, and you got discouraged when you tried. The pursuit of a higher place puts you in an unfamiliar space. Don't fear, it's by design. He was preparing you to shine. Oh, you shine like a million suns. Oh, you shine like a million suns. You shine like a million suns. You shine, the conscious mind cannot confine you. I heard you when you said that things have got to change. And your friends didn't understand that you had to take another stand. The pursuit of a higher place puts you in an unfamiliar space. Don't fear, it's by design. He was preparing you all the time. Oh, you shine like a million suns. Oh, you shine like a million suns. You shine like a million suns. You shine, the conscious mind cannot confine you.
You Shine by Miss Kaya Holmes from Chicago, Illinois. I hope that you are enjoying the show so far. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to do some advertisement right quick. What's our first? Who are we promoting first?
So for our first promotion is a very good friend of mine, Hosea Baker, has just released I guess we'd say it's a children's book, pretty much. Right now it's #1 bestseller on Amazon.jp for in children's values, and it's to be very frank with you, it's a really good book. It's being told from a child's perspective of pretty much being bullied at school because of being mixed. In Japan, as you know, is a monocultural society, and so, or monoracial. So pretty much it is being a biracial child in a monoracial society. And so there are a couple of things that even kids go through here in Japan that probably we wouldn't exactly necessarily think of in, for example, New York, because everyone's mixed anyway. So if they're gonna crack jokes, they're gonna crack jokes on whatever they find, you know. But here, children at school and even some adults, they get made fun of because of the texture of our hair, the skin tone. And so this is really good. It tells a very innocent, very pure story of what it's like to be a child going to a public school in Japan and stuff. It's great. I don't want to give away things from the book, so I'm just saying this is really good.
So you can purchase the book at Amazon.
Yeah, and it for me it came just in several days, but I live in Japan, so this is available in I don't know if it's available in Amazon.com.
It's Amazon.jp. Yeah, in Japan. But you can like get in English and then order it. Yes,
the book is in both English and Japanese, so there's no language barrier there if you only speak Japanese, or if you only speak English. So definitely take a look and order if you can. Some comments, you know, there's been some really good positive comments, but there was actually, I have to say this, there was like a negative comment that I saw on the page where which is an interestingly enough comment, that these kind of racism things in Japan does not exist from this person, and especially recently in the past year and several years with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. So this person commented saying that this is just Black Lives Matter propaganda kind of stuff, and completely disconnecting from the real issue that is really at hand. And frankly, I didn't, really like the comment so much. Of course, everybody's free to have their opinion, but that comment for me was a real stretch. Was really looking for something that was not there. So yeah, if you see that comment, it's my own personal request, but please report it, because that was not a critique of anything of the book. It was some sort of social kind of stuff.
It's getting personal. This advertisement getting personal.
Yeah, because because it's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you have a child growing up and they're getting bullied at school or something like that. It's like, how do you raise this child up to be able to maintain, especially when it comes to suicide? Now in Japan you have elementary kids committing suicide, and this is even within the Japanese culture itself. So it's just something really, and it opens up real good conversation. So
it's a good read for you and your children. If you have small children, if you have teenage children, it's a good book for them to read, whether you're in Japan or anywhere in the world. It's an amazing book. Please support Mr. Hosea. And it's for Hope for Japan. His ministry is to minister to those that contemplate suicide and depression. So if you can just go on Amazon.co.jp and look up, it's called Japanese Fried Chicken by Hosea Baker. We would appreciate it.
Yep.
Our next advertisement is for Joyful House, Ashita English House with Collar Mentor. Ashita, this month she's talking about rain and clothes gearing for rain for children, helping them to identify, like the umbrella and raincoats and boots. So please follow them on social media. She has a social media page, Joyful House. Hosea Baker has a Facebook, Instagram page. Please follow these people and support them. They will greatly appreciate it. We appreciate it if you support. Okay. That's it for the advertisement. Let's get back to playing the songs. What's next?
We got a song from The Collective.
Oh my gosh. Yes, The Collective. The Collective is a group of musicians and singers and other artists that are out of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And the name of the group is Vegan Group. So amazing. Let's listen. When I was listening to this song on my way here, oh my gosh, I almost
You almost.
Look, I had to catch myself because I was raising my hand on the train, and I was like, okay, I can't do that. Okay, so please enjoy the song. The song is called Sustainer.
Never thought I'd be here, 'cause the trials I faced, they almost took my fight. Oh. Never thought I'd see clear, 'cause I let my problems block you from my sight. But you spoke and reminded me that you're greater than my unbelief. So I'll trust in your sovereignty, because you've never left me alone. You've covered me, you've pulled me through, you've met my need, came to my rescue, protected me from danger, seen and unseen, sustainer, you have sustained me. It's gonna be alright, y'all.
Mr. Anthony Hall, he produced both Sustainer by the Collectives and this song as well, Miracles. He's from Houston, Texas. He is the co-owner of the Vegan Bay Music Group. And this song, Miracle, just crossed over. So it's not only on the gospel charts, but it's also on the R&B charts. So
nice.
just, reaching all over the world, all lives, all people of all lights of walk. So if you can, please, you can buy these songs on any social outlet. Support these artists. Amazing artists.
Yes,
amazing.
indeed.
The music that we've heard so far this evening has been, oh my gosh, amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh yes. Before we continue in our music, we just want to share the word with you. We've been sharing gospel music with you. Now tonight we want to share the gospel with you to encourage you, to enlighten you, so that you can continue to go on throughout this week and next week. What are we talking about?
So yeah, today kind of an interesting talk. It's just God versus God. So God, G-O-D, versus with a capital G, versus God with a lowercase g. And just to pick your brains and stuff, like, what do you guys think, or what images come into your mind when you think of capital G God versus the lowercase g God?
Hey, me, sustainer, provider, creator of all things.
Okay.
When I hear that, actually the first image I have, I focus on the lowercase g, and I see statues. I see images, images that are meant to be put in front of people to be worshipped.
Yeah, pretty much along those lines with the images and stuff with the lowercase g. I think for me as well, it's like it sounds weird, but it's like man-made.
Don't sound weird to me.
Well, because the reason why I say it sounds weird, because a man made a god, and it's,
we do that all the time.
yeah. And so that's where, for me, the one of the many things about the difference between God capital G versus God lowercase g. And so with that, the capital G God versus the lowercase g God, or gods, let's talk about authority and nature. What do you guys think about the authority and the nature versus the two?
What do you mean by authority and the nature?
Because how do they behave? Like, what's their quote unquote standard? What when you think of authority,
Okay, if I had to pull something, this idea, with the God versus God in terms of nature and how things operate naturally, you have to. My first thought is, in order, if I was to worship a God, right, lowercase god, there are things that I have to do to get it to move on my behalf. If it was like I need rain, I need to do something. I need to sacrifice something to get rain. The image that comes to my mind is Elijah with Elijah going against the prophets, the 500 prophets. Who's going to answer by fire? Who's gonna? And they're sitting there cutting themselves because they're trying to do something to move. If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Elijah just called on his God and boom. But which is the idea? It's like, we don't have to. We don't have to sacrifice something. Yeah, we do things in to show our gratitude. Like we tithe and etc. But God versus God, we don't need to do anything for Him to. We don't need to do something for Him to provide.
Take something to Him in order for Him to provide.
Except for ourselves and our worship, our basic works of worship. We don't need to cut ourselves, sacrifice,
Interesting.
living or even non dead things for God to move on our behalf.
You see?
I agree with him. Like, the small God, for example, many gods. We live in a country that have many gods. And they bring fruit to him. They bring flowers. They bring many different things to him. And like you said,
not even them.
them.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, but like you said, we don't have to bring anything to him but us, and we can feel his presence. Many people say, well, I can't see him, but you can't see the wind, but you feel the wind blowing. We can feel when God is near. We can feel when we're talking to God and God is talking back to us, just telling us, okay, Cassandra, chill out, Well,
see, that's where, it gets kind of tricky, right? Because where you have, quote unquote, many gods, people would say, oh, maybe that's the God of the wind, or the God of nature is speaking, or the God of, and so, and this is where I also, that's kind of like the reason why I also tag in the authority. Okay, because let's say, for example, all these other gods are real, right? Let's just say all these other gods are real, right? Who in a sense is quote unquote governing them, right? And also a lot of things too, when people don't want to I'm noticing this, and I noticed this before, but even more so now, even recently, when you have people that's not exactly wanting to acknowledge God, they say the universe, right? So the universe is like, it's working for you, it's and so for me, although it sounds pretty and stuff for me, like, and it sounds encouraging and stuff, but for me, like, I need to find the main person, the main one. And the one thing that really strikes me with the capital God God and versus the other gods is the capital God God, the father nature, like the care, the wanting to sacrifice for us, as opposed to always us sacrificing for him, right? And so I just have this one verse here, there's a couple, but just to save time, just this one verse, which shows a huge difference between the God that we worship versus the other gods that we have an image of, where it says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Now this is Jesus Christ speaking, and who is the Son of God. And so he came as a sacrifice to take the penalty for our sins, right? And so when you look at gods versus God, like, you see the mindsets are completely different. And to me, that act there shows complete authority, because when you want to say, I'm going to take away your sins, like, that is something that, what are you talking about? Only God can do it. Well, exactly. Whereas others, they require X, Y, and Z because of whatever the reason being, and then they make promises and all these different things. So just to kind of like wrap up, I guess, this, because we're running out of time a bit, is that one of the biggest differences with God God and the lowercase God is that, first of all, it's not a fabricated image. The real God is a real person, a real being that was always there, transcends time and our understanding. However, he came to walk with us and to be with us, and he continues to be with us still to this day.
And you know what's amazing? An amazing story is Genesis 1.
Yeah. Yep.
Bottom line,
Yep.
he spoke everything into existence. let there be light, let there be water.
Water,
But the only
trees.
thing that he created
With his hands.
was man. So that's the creator of all things. When you can speak something into existence and then make something with your hands, and it turns out amazing. So
yeah. So
just one thought that comes to my mind is God versus gods, and we said the creation of the statues is that what happens is we said there's so many gods, and how it happen how they get created is whenever you take your eyes off of God, your mind then wanders and has to and tries to replace it with something of equal value. If you consider Israel after while Moses was on the mountain and they were waiting for him to come down, they knew God and they took their eyes off of him, and still that desire to have an authority was still there. So instead of just returning back to the same God who already delivered them, they decided to replace him because they turned their eyes off. Which makes it's funny, how could you do that? But people, we still do that to say, because a God can be anything in our lives that we replace him with. When we take him off, when we try to take him off the pedestal, or when we take him off the pedestal in our lives, and we all already try to replace it, when we try to replace him, we're going to put something there, and that's going to be the God. Whether it be everyone goes to money, whether it could be sex, it could be video games, it could be anything, but anything that you start to find that you put above you, that becomes a God.
Let's think on these things. We encourage you to think on those things this week, in your quiet time, just the goodness of God versus God's big difference. We thank you for hanging out with us. We got another song from Tatiana Kiki Milton. She's from Chicago too, representing.
You got a lot of Chicago artists on it.
I know.
Is there a conspiracy? Why
No,
got so many because there are two New Yorkers here, and we only have one person from New York. Every time we do this show, this song from Chicago. Every time. And it's more than one.
Listen, all right, shout out Chicago holding it down. There's plenty of
this week. We're representing all people.
I'm for it too. I'm just trying to feel this is a conspiracy. Anyway, you go ahead.
We're welcoming all artists to come and share their music at Blackan. All artists.
New York coming in next week.
No, New York. That's right.
Next time. You said no. I heard that.
So, Miss Kiki Milton.
Yes, Kiki.
Tatiana Kiki Milton, and her song is River.
Yes, Kiki. Let's go.
in waters deep. My faith is sure in what I can't see. I will follow where your rivers lead. If you'll be with me, into your rivers we will go. Oh, into your rivers we will go.
Our time is running out. Rivers by Tatiana Kiki Martin. We thank you. Our final announcements for the evening. If you are hungry and you are in Kitahori, please visit Bistro New Orleans. Creole food, Louisiana food, gumbo, jambalaya. Red beans and rice, black eyed peas and rice. If you are in Imazato and you love African food, Kenyan food, please go and visit Afro Osaka. Amazing cooks, amazing owners, full of love, warmness,
Always.
feeling at home.
Always.
So again, Bristol, New Orleans, Afro Osaka. Anything else?
So previously we were talking about events. So we got one happening tomorrow. So BKTV Live has started. It's been launching. And for tomorrow we have Curtis Trailer, who will be having a solo live show. So check it out. There's links. I think it's bktvlive.com. But double check on that. Actually, you can read at the bottom
Yes,
there.
BK.
So check it out. And also, I will be having my solo live as well on the 20th. So that's Father's Day. So it's going to be a gospel solo live show. For the most part, I'll be singing original songs and maybe some cover songs. But yeah, just come out and it's live stream. So just click and watch and again, check out the website. So hope to have you be a part of it. So thank you very much.
You have anything to say?
Thank you for listening.
We thank you for joining us this evening at Saving Grace and
Thank you.
Conversation.
Oh,
We
yeah.
thank you for all of the music that we shared. Shout out to Anthony Hall. Shout out to the... Oh, Jesus, come on, y'all. The collectives. Shout out to Kaya Home. Shout out to Gordon. Shout out to Andrea Tribbett. And we love you guys. We pray that you have an amazing week. God bless. And we will see you in July.
July.
See you in July.
Well, it has been confirmed, yeah, that next week the special guest
Next month, July.
next month.
July, we're going to have in the studio with us Mr. Hosea Baker and just talking to us about his book,
Yeah.
Japanese Fried Chicken.
Also,
chicken.
if this is going with the closing song, so the next song is actually another original that I composed, and if for anybody celebrating birthdays out there this month in June, this is a little
Yeah.
birthday song,
Oh, thank you.
and
When's your birthday?
so
June
June.
next week.
look at that,
Yeah.
look at that.
My boy birthday is next week.
She
y'all.
said my boy, but she ain't know. She gonna wait for that Facebook. That
So-
morning Facebook say, hey.
I wrote this song for like a happy song for myself originally, but you know I'm not the only one celebrating birthdays. So
that right.
so the song is like happy birthday to me and you. So hopefully you enjoy, and we'll check you out next time.
Deuces, see you guys.
Happy birthday to you. Now it's time for another year to begin. In this life, so many things have gone up and down. But I am alive to tell the story. Not Yes, I am glad to be alive, so I celebrate this happy birthday with you. Yeah, yeah, and now I know that the day's gonna get better. So